Now, a little lavender, black salt, amethyst. Incredibly potent. Now, where's my candle? Wait. What's that noise? Oh, if those hunters are wreaking havoc all over my patch again. Oh, hi, Lucy. Oh, someone went on a little foraging trip. What is it? Yes, you're right. I think someone's at the door. Well, hello there. May I ask what you're doing on my doorstep? You were being chased. That explains the galloping I heard earlier. Well, now that you've found the place, or rather, the place has found you, you might as well come in. Come along. I'm not going to harm you. And those spells aren't going to work very well if you keep the door open like that. Much better. Take a seat, make yourself at home. Don't touch anything if you want to keep all your fingers. Who am I? Can't you guess? I think I do fit the stereotypical description rather well. Yes, that's right, a witch. Oh, don't be scared. I'm less of a danger to you than those hunters outside. And you? What name do you go by? Lovely. Lucy. Here's the guest you were so keen to let in. Meet Lucifer, my familiar. And here, have a cup of tea. This healing powers should do you good with all those cuts on your leg. Now, a more pressing question. How did you stumble across my doorstep? Well, you see, I put every spell I can on this place to make sure it is, shall we say, shielded from the common eye. After all, I'm not exactly looking for attention. My coven always chided me for setting up so close to town, and I do think it makes things easier. So you see why this troubles me. You, a common folk, just so happening to find this place without even knowing it exists. Lucy? Is something wrong with the spells? No? He would have told me if there was a problem. No, I think it's more than that. I think the cottage wants you to be here. Sure, it has a mind of its own. I like to think of magic as a living thing, something I am merely the vessel of. And with the amount of magic that happens inside of and goes into the cottage itself, in a certain way you can say that it is alive, just a little. Unfortunately, I can't talk to it the same way I talk to Lucifer, so we're going to have to dig a little deeper. Now tell me, stranger, who was chasing you and why? The Williams. Yes, I've heard of their family. Quite influential in town, aren't they? He wants to marry you? That obnoxious little man. I take it you refused then. So you ran away. Now that's the kind of story I like to hear. Hey, don't look like that. You're not telling me you feel sorry for him. For your family, right. Yes, I suppose they'll have a lot of explaining to do with you just running away like this. Well, one thing I know for sure is I can see why the cottage has taken a liking to you. After all, we do share the same taste. But here's the inevitable question. what are you going to do next? You don't know, huh? But you don't want to marry him. A man like that, a family like that. I doubt they even follow up their end of the bargain to your family. Now, if you think your family is worth reasoning with, you can always go back to them. But I'm afraid by then they won't have much say in the matter either. Well, you could always just move to the next village and start afresh. Do you know any skills? Baking? Threadwork? Carpentry? And I'm worried you won't get very far before they catch up onto you. I could certainly hide you for a few days, but not for long. Why? Well, I'd imagine that witches aren't exactly a first choice when it comes to sharing a life with someone. You do want to stay with me. Aren't you full of surprises? But it's more complicated than you think, living with a witch. First of all, there's the whole issue of not having any identity whatsoever. You need to go completely anonymous. And it'll be harder for you, even. I can disguise myself fairly easily, but I can only put so many spells on you. You'll have to cut contact with everyone you know. No family, no friends. We'll have to convince them you were mauled by bears so they'll stop looking. Yes, well, you can choose the manner of your death if you wish, but mauled by bears is usually pretty convincing. It can be incredibly lonely if you're not accustomed to it. And I won't always be here. I go on trips for weeks at a time to meet my coven, to gather rare ingredients for my spells and potions. And before it's safe enough to bring you with me, you'll have to stay here all alone. Still not deterred? The cottage is extremely small. I only have a single bed made of hay. Why do I feel like you enjoy that idea more than you should? Nah, just teasing you. You'll have to get used to that too. No, I'm not trying to scare you off. I am beyond flattered that you would want to stay here with me. I'm simply saying that it's not a life for everyone. I see your mind is made. Very well. Let's call you my apprentice for now. Shall we? I'm afraid I'm going to have to draw some blood from you. Why, to seal the deal, of course. Surely you don't think we're going to just make empty promises? Scared? It's not too late to back out. Good. Now, let me get a few things. Candle. Crystals. Alright. Hold out the hand you write with. This may hurt a little. No, that's all. That's all we need. Just a little prick. And now it's my turn. Believe me, a little blood can go a long, long way. I don't do blood magic often, and certainly not with other people's blood. There. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now, keep the string tied around your wrist until the next new moon. We'll strengthen the bond a little by then. What was the blood for? Oh, just to make sure we don't give each other away. You look rather tired. Would you like to lie down a bit? Get used to the bed made of hay? Don't get shy now. Come, give me your hand. That's it. Now get some rest, my little apprentice. You're safe with me. I promise.